let's go through the Kazakhstan program overview, and then, like I said, Iyad will from Ontario will share how they will be supporting you. I'll just give a little more high color to the program elements that we're having. Really pleased Ontario's coming in and supporting in a big way. And then after that, Kirk Petrosky will provide some experience from his company and let him introduce his company and the great things they're doing. And then hopefully Oleg will have been able to link up and be able to share his presentation with us. And then after that, we can do some Q&A if there are any. Okay, so let me whip through this very quickly here for us. And of course, now it's not. There we go. Okay. I think for people that are, it's no, I guess, question that Kazakhstan is a mining country. It's one of the largest, definitely it's largest in uranium, and of course a whole series. And the country now is like many countries, but has a big focus on developing critical minerals, and they have a very aggressive timeline. As you can see here, they want to see a 40% increase. And they're doing a lot of different things in terms of making sure that they can achieve that target. So very ambitious. This is kind of like started in 2024, as you can see, but they're moving forward, and you'll hear a little bit of how that's happening with some of the speakers after this, my presentation and Iyad's comments. Again, this is just a summary of the same idea. Canada has a good reputation in Kazakhstan specifically, but of course globally. And they're looking for a lot of different things, from digital technologies to environmental solutions to just the modernization of their equipment. As we all know, they have a strong Russian presence, or it was it was part of the Soviet Union. Russian is still a common language spoken there, but you can see there's definitely this move, and this is a good time to get into Kazakhstan as they look to become the hub of that region. This is where the show is going to be held, Almaty. For people that were there last year, they're probably in Astana. And every year they kind of go back and forth on those two cities. So Almaty will be where we'll be this time coming up. As you can see, a very beautiful backdrop to the city itself. This is the timeline, as people are probably aware of, between 16th and 18th of September. And that's that'll be 3 full days of I think the 18th is a little bit lighter from what I'm told, and in the afternoon Delia, who's our consultant on the ground there, will be offering a chance for us to maybe see some of the sites after the show is kind of over. So just kind of bookmark that as well in your calendar if you're interested. We're in the premium or prime pavilion of this. It's called Pavilion 11. That's not a ranking, that is just the number of the pavilion, but this is the go-to pavilion, and we're fortunate to have got in a very good spot in regards to where we're located. There's going to be a lot of great traffic. As you can see, Ontario will have the lion's share of this presence. And that'll be we're excited that Ontario has taken on that role. It kind of speaks to how Ontario sees the importance of this market, and we'll hear from a couple of Ontario companies as a result of that. Just so again, overview of this program. We were in this market pre-pandemic. Everybody seems to that's the new way of measuring time lately. But we're excited to be coming back into the market here. So the key pieces that we want is make sure is that you're able to leverage the Canada brand. of course, with the Ontario's support and presence as well. There is an option to have presence in the show guide and show app, but there might be some additional costs to that. So I'm just kind of putting that out there. That said, we have our own and we'll have our own online event guide or delegates guide, which acts almost like a website in itself. If people who are participating with us recently, they'll know there's a QR code that links it. It's something that can be presented and shared to a lot of different audiences, which we'll be doing, as well as all our collaborators. And so it becomes a living document after the show as well, and we'll keep it live, because what we find is even after the show, months later, we'll have companies leaning into that show guide to follow up. So that's something that we found has been very useful as we move into the digital age. Most importantly, I think are the next two bullets for everyone. Is, you know, the B2B program is kind of key. We have quite a few people that will be there with Russian language, so you don't have to be concerned about not being able to speak Russian. We'll have that support to help with any potential translations. And of course, we'll be moving, you know, sooner than later here, starting next week, actually, to gather logos, the profiles, and then the week after that, we'll start engaging with you to understand your needs and working with our consultant there, Delia, to start making those matchmaking schedules for the B2B program. So it'll start happening pretty soon here. The one part here that's always usually tricky to do, but we've managed to make it happen, is to have speaking opportunities. So we actually have it's kind of like on the mezzanine level of the trade show floor, where we'll be hosting a Canada seminar. We've carved out a few hours of the day, 2 or 3 hours, I believe. That'll be a portion of it will be you as a delegate being able to speak and share your knowledge. That format will have to here, I'll just that format you'll have to you know, stay tuned. But we'll, you know, the idea is that everyone have their chance to kind of share their knowledge of what they offer. And then, of course, they'll be followed by, thanks to our partners with the embassy, hosting a networking cocktail near the end of that, and that'll be near the end of the day. So that'll be another great networking event. I have evening networking events as there are they're show related, but just TBD. So again, presence, meetings, and that opportunity to share your thought expertise on your product and service will be key here. And so we're very pleased to be able to offer those three main elements to this program. So I kind of blew through there fairly fast, or maybe I didn't, but anyways, I want to hand over just the microphone over to Iad. But just before I do that, to add color to how he'll be supporting, but I just want to bring this up to everybody because when it comes to the travel and food and lodging or hotel, there might be an opportunity here. I found out that CanExport applications have been extended, and so we're very very pleased to find that out. So what I recommend to people, if you are going to do that, either contact me directly, and we can help you. You know, let us know, because we work on a different channel as the CanExport for SMEs, but our channel has influence. So letting them know you'll be participating in the MSTA Canada supported program in Kazakhstan will be a key piece to put on there, as well as some other guidelines that we can share with you. And that allows us to know that you've done it, so we can kind of, like I said, work another channel to expedite that approval process. So I just wanted to put that out there because this will be separate opportunity of support that is not directly overlapping with what EAD is doing with their programming. So with that, I'll give it to I'll hand it over to EAD here to share some thoughts on how Ontario is doing a great job in supporting you.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Hello, everyone. My name is Iyad Kutsi. I'm Senior International Market Consultant at Ontario Ministry of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade. We are partnering with MSTA on this mining missions. We have about 100 trade programs every year, try to assist Ontario companies to increase export, to connect them with potential buyers, stakeholders on the globe. And we have about 100 trade event between seminar, conference, webinar, outbound missions, inbound mission. We participate in the biggest sector trade event in the world. We do about 60 outbound mission every year from across all sectors, almost automotive, mining, ICT, life science, renewable energy, and advanced manufacturing. For mining, we used to do this event for the last 10 years, but we just missed for the last 2-3 years. We haven't participated, but now we are back with the MSTA. We have Ontario booth about 42 square meter within Canada Pavilion, and it's open space concept. We have spots for 10 companies from Ontario, and we subsidize over 70% of the cost. Ontario government subsidize 70% of cost of this event, which is not related to travel expenses. It's participating in the event, exhibiting B2B, all these stuff. So we have already booked 42 square meter, and we will give each company one kiosk, screen, desk, and chair, and within the booth inside it will be 3 open meeting area for the B2B programs. We send the expression of interest, and I still have few available spots. I will share my screen if I can do that, Ryan. So this is the expression of interest. I will write down the email or the link. So this is, as Ryan mentioned, from September to 18, or September to 18, 16 to 18, and we almost work always with the MSTA about it, and we already signed contract with the B2B provider to assist Ontario companies for about 3 to 5 B2B for each Ontario companies based on the company's profile and on the market needs. And we still have available spots, so it's maybe the link would be open until August 5th. I will send you now the link, and the participation fee is $3,090 per company, and as I mentioned, we subsidize 70% of the cost. So this fee is after subsidizing the 70% of the cost. And as I mentioned, we're not engaged in the travel expenses. But that's it. I will put in the chat box here the link, and please feel free to apply for this link. So this is the link. Here is the I'll copy paste and put it here in the chat box. So once you click on this link, there is some info about this event. And of course, we are working also with the Embassy of Canada in Kazakhstan and the Embassy of Kazakhstan in Ottawa. We are working with them on this event. So just here, apply now. When you click, you will be asked some questions. If your business in Ontario registered, are you manufacturer product and services? Of course, we accommodate only Ontario company because we subsidize 50% of the cost within our booth, which is about 10 to 12 companies. And yeah, once you submit the application, we will evaluate. And if your company is qualified, there will be some questions. How many employees? What's the revenue of the company? which market you are interested in export. I'm looking after Middle East, Africa, and West Asia, which is Turkey and Kazakhstan. If you want me to connect you with any like with my counterpart for other markets, we do event all across the world, US, South America, Middle East, Africa, Asia, Europe. Just let me know. I can connect you with my counterpart. I'm responsible for Middle East, Africa, Turkey, and Kazakhstan. So once you submit the application, we will evaluate, and if your company qualified, we will approve it. You will be receiving email with the payment link. Once you make the payment, you are registered in the mission. We will add you to Google Sheet just to get your company info, and you will be contacted by us or by the B2B provider as well. And of course, also coordinate with Ryan as well and Doris from MSTA. I think this is all I want to say. Ryan, thank you.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. Thanks, Iyad. Yeah, that's really it's really glad that you're able to actually support the Ontario companies like that. Um, I see Oleg, you're on. Just to let you know, Oleg, we have one other gentleman going to speak before you, Kirk Petrosky. So, Kirk, if you can have access, or does I think he's just speaking, but if he has, can you? Oh, you're there.
We're
Awesome.
good.
Love the
Yeah.
shirt there, Kirk.
Yeah, it's
All right.
summertime. It's good. That's good.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Okay. Well, here, the floor is yours, and then we'll hear from Oleg as well. So I'm pleased to have two companies with direct experience sharing their thoughts here. So thank you very much. Go ahead, Kirk.
Perfect. Thanks, Ryan. And just a quick shout out to MSTA and our Ontario government, as well as Elena from the city of Sudbury. Thanks for your support and ongoing this mission. I think this is fantastic to see what I'm seeing, a kind of a momentum here of Canadian companies and interest in Kazakhstan. I'm just going to give you a brief background overview of my experience or our experience in the market. First off, Simex AI is a digital platform company providing digital technology to the mining industry, everything from loading, haulage, dumping, process, and optimization around that. So that's just the context for the type of company that we are, which is important to understand when going into the market. Our first experience in Kazakhstan began a couple of years ago, PDAC, going to the Kazakhstan, the government sort of session on understanding the market, number one. Number two was we had met with a technology Kazakh company or Kazakhstan company that was also exhibiting. And we tried, to be honest with you, going through a channel partner. The first attempt at this, I found it to be very slow, kind of wondering if they were guarded with their customers. And really, when you're looking at technology integration, sometimes it overlaps with others. So we felt at that point a localization strategy would probably be more effective for us. So the city of Sudbury organized in June of last year trade mission, which Dyla also supported. That was in Astana. It was much more high level government procurement. But what I did find, the insights there really gave us a flavor for the opportunities at a macro level, but really didn't dive into the details of execution at a micro level. But I did take that opportunity to find a local representative through a colleague that was employed in the technology side of things, well networked, Russian speaking, born, raised in Kazakhstan, mine engineer previously, and now on the supplier side. So the importance there was to find an individual, or if you're going to localize, somebody that can make sure that represents your company, whether or not you formally arrange that at the beginning or not. For us, it was more of a side contracting gig until we were in a position to secure a contract and then hire directly. Our model really is to find an opportunity, sell, use it as a trial or a first, proof of concept project, build a bit of momentum, and then hire and localize around that. In doing so, we use the embassy quite extensively in the areas of VAT tax exemptions, getting certificates to exemption. We also explored Xtana Hub, which allows companies to actually set up a legal entity and do business while in Kazakhstan. So that is in progress right now. But I got to say, the interest in tech and Canadian digital technologies, I told Ryan this earlier. I mean, you have the historical influence of Russia, which is legacy, a lot of existing processes, languages, the way the mining operations work. And by going there the first time in June, I realized they are fairly sophisticated. This is not, what you might see in some other regions where they're not as sophisticated operations. So it's important to keep that in mind. A heavy influence of China, but more from a cheap, hard things like vehicles or equipment and so on. But when it comes to digital, I do believe the third opportunity is the West, which has good use cases, good examples of where technology is deployed in advanced operating mines. So you can leverage the West brand, Canada, etc. So the success for us, within a year's time, we've sold two. We've installed in the last 2 months a full-on platform, and we're going through the trial period. We've now extended it to another mining company that is interested. We're in those discussions now. So I got to say, from other markets that I've been into, Ryan, like Brazil, you keep going back and changes in Peru and Chile. I found the response time to actually do something. It's almost like it was short-circuited. It was very quick. So I would say number one, though, was to have that localization, somebody there that can really represent your product and knowledge and know the industry and have the network. And I would say a younger, from our side, digital, 30 something person, maybe early 40s, that has still got some vested interest in the industry to make an impact and then bring in new technology. So it may be a different story for OEMs and hardcore manufacturers. Their playbook may be different than ours, but that's been our experience, and happy to answer any questions. Hopefully that's insightful for you guys.
Well, thanks a lot, Kirk. And just for people on the call, Kirk will be present at this show this year. So if you're stewing on a thought or a question, you can see him and shake his hand in Almaty. So if there are any questions, yeah, we could maybe take a moment. If somebody wants to raise their hand, they can ask question. And if not, they can wait a bit. And I'm just, because we have Oleg as well, who has a different framework and perspective as well. So I'm really pleased to have kind of a different lens on this. So it's great to see Polycorp, still out there. And Dolores, go ahead.
Yes, no, there's a question in the chat. Someone's asking, how long is the Canadian seminar session?
It's we basically have carved out 3 hours, but that's going to be basically our initial plan here is 2 hours of a speaking opportunity, but it depends on the delegation size and that kind of information. So go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, just really quickly, we had the opportunity to speak at the last one in June. What I found very effective is if you are going to speak in English, that make sure your slides are all translated in Russian and you're not speaking to your slides, you're actually storytelling around it. Build a narrative. You can speak in English, but you need something in the background that is in Russian, or have a Russian speaker give the presentation.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because I don't know if we'll have like something fancy like simultaneous translation or not. So I don't want to put that out there without knowing if we have that opportunity. So, but thanks. That's a good comment, Kirk, in that regard, for that. So, okay, before we go, from program questions, maybe we'll just park them here because I'm very pleased to have Oleg available here to do his share his insights in the market. And I believe you have a presentation as well, Oleg, or
I'll just do it in short because
okay.
Well, we have been hello everybody. I'm Oleg and I work for Polycorp. We are mill liners manufacturers, so mining is our industry to be, and we have been in Kazakhstan since 2009, and every year we go to the show and to the mining show in Kazakhstan in Almaty. Well, to please the customers, to see the new customers, to get the new customers, and we have noticed that for the last 3-4 years, many companies from like mining companies, people from mining companies from Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, for all neighboring countries are coming to the mining show in Almaty. So which is very good because you can expand your business. You never know which country will be most interested in your product. But if you feel like if you have a compatible, sophisticated product, this is the place to go. This is the place to go because this industry is growing up very fast for the last few years. There's many competitors. There's many companies, local companies, trying to do the same thing as everybody else. But everybody understands price and quality. So you got what you get paid, what you paid for. So and there is a money in mining industry, definitely, as anywhere in the world. But Kazakhstan is very rich country on the resources. Like we're talking gold, copper, molybdenum. It's a very rich country. It's many mines, and for the next maybe 2-3 years, there is going to be even more mines. Maybe smaller one, but as the prices of metal going up all the time, all the companies are trying to go full capacity now. So this is a good opportunity to present something, some new products, new services, or like you call it. This industry, it's just about everything, right? So, like I said, we're in Kazakhstan since 2009, still working there, still jumping up and down. But like we have been with MSTA and Ryan, we've been to Mongolia, Kazakhstan many times, right? And the Canadian embassy also, it's a big help because you can meet the heads of the companies right there. They will do the meetings B2B. So that's a good opportunity. You don't have to go anywhere. Everything will be done for you, right? So that's my basically short explanation what we were doing in Kazakhstan and other countries with MSTA, with Canadian Embassy, and all these Canadian organizations that basically help to get the people in contact, to get some business, and which is very good. I've heard many, people from other companies from the different countries, and they wish they would have such opportunities. So someone else will organize the meetings, and so that right, good job. What can I say? So that's all I can say, guys. If you have any questions, please don't feel free to ask. We have like if we see Asan Smagulov here, that's our representative in Kazakhstan. We have 4 people working for us in Kazakhstan because it's a big country, and with a long time business, many times you have to be at the same time different locations. So that's why we have some more people working for us, installation services, sales, and so on, right? So
Oh,
that's all I can say.
yeah,
Right?
that's awesome. Well, I really appreciate, like taking the time to kind of speak to us and your experience. And we have, here's a company definitely manufacturing a different product. You've got an embedded history into this country, and it's good to see what you're seeing. Good to hear what you're seeing in the market, and then Kirk here, who's a different angle, one that I can add to it as well as opportunity. Like a lot of countries, and Kazakhstan, I've seen in the past while really ramp up. A lot of countries are ramping up for their focus in developing critical minerals. But the other one, Kazakhstan, this vision of being the hub of that region and really wanting to kind of carve out that. And so to your point, having these other stands, I'll call them, kind of coming in to that market is good to hear. That just more opportunity for us to engage in one spot. But the other piece to this, with this critical minerals initiative that they have this very ambitious exploration program that the country is putting on, that the government is having. So that, if anybody's doing it from an exploration standpoint, that they should certainly consider this country as well. So like you say, it's a massive mining country with a very strong I'll call it pedigree of different types of minerals, long-standing mining history, and with the the whole life cycle there is at the is an opportunity, I think, in this country.
Exactly.
So that's great. You're right. I really appreciate Kirk and Oleg. Thank you very much for sharing information. So I'm gonna stop, and Dolores, if there are any questions, this is the time to ask people. So Dolores, I'll stop talking.
There's no questions yet, but we'll give people some time to type.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, okay. Well, hopefully people have realized this is a market that they want to pay attention to, and with EAD's program and support, that's a very compelling reason to join the market and join us in September. So hopefully you received the information you need. If there are any questions, by all means, reach out to us. That's what we're here for. To what Oleg mentioned, thank you very much for recognizing. The same with you, Kirk, that our objective is to make this easy for everyone that joins, and navigate the country with as much ease as possible. So if there aren't any other questions, we will then take. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thanks, Kurt. Yeah. Awesome. And thanks again, Oleg, and everyone that took the time to be on this call. So look forward to seeing everyone in Almaty. Okay.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Take